In today's video we're going to take a look at the Smart Coffee Mug from Puncia, so maybe this is something for your road trip. If you're interested in this, stick around. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Marcus and this is Saab Cars. So here at Saab Cars we do DIYs, product reviews and much more. And today we're going to take a look at the Smart Coffee Mug from Puncia or Puncia, I don't know how you pronounce it. And their webpage, puncia.com, didn't work yesterday, I don't know why. But this is actually being sold at Amazon. So you can find this on Amazon if you just Google or search the Amazon website for Puncia or Puncia Smart Coffee Mug. So this is actually a mug that can be controlled. So you can see here on the package that you can set the temperature depending on what type of drink you're going to heat up. So in today's video we're going to try heating up water for a Nescafe Gold coffee, and as I need to have some kind of lunch as well, we're going to try this at 90 degrees as well, because for this snack pot, which is a mac and cheese, I need hot water. So I open this up and I put hot water inside up to a certain line, and then I'll leave this for 5 minutes and we're going to see how this tastes. And yeah, after 5 minutes it should be ready. And to try this here at the bench I also have a 230 volt to 12 volt converter so that I can connect the car adapter here. And we're also going to see how this coffee mug of course fits in the Turbo X, in the front and in the rear cup holder. So let's get to it, let's unbox this thing. So here we have the actual box with some pictures on it and some text. There's a stainless steel inner cup that you can separate from the unit so you can easily clean this out. Let's see what's in the package here. You have the Smart Coffee Mug itself and you have a manual. So in the manual it says that you have different temperature selections. You can actually select anything up to 90 degrees on this with 1 degree steps. So in today's video we're going to test this with some coffee and see how good that Nescafe tastes. And for lunch we're going to have a snack pot mac and cheese. This requires hot water to be poured into this. You let that rest for 5 minutes and then I should be able to eat this. So let's see how this tastes, mac and cheese snack pot. So the Smart Coffee Mug itself has a lid of course, and you can open the lid as well, so you can drink from the mug. Inside we find the cable that you attach here at the front, like this. And the other end in the 12 volt outlet in the car. So in the 9.3 Turbo X there's a outlet just next to the cup holder in the front, and you also have a outlet in the or under the armrest that you can use for the cup holders in the back seat. So we're going to see how this fits in the car as well. So here you have a on and off button, and you have a plus and minus here to control the temperature, and it will be displayed on this. And while this is red it means it's heating up the water, and when it turns blue it's going to keep the water at that degree. So I'm going to get some water, and this can almost take 4.5 deciliter of water I think. And then we're up here at the mark where it says full. So I'm not going to put that much in it. For a coffee, maybe 1.5 deciliter and something between 1 and 2 teaspoons of this Nescafe Gold. So let's see how long it takes for this to heat up to 65 degrees. So I'm going to connect this and release the cord here. And here on the bench I have a 12 volt outlet here, and that's connected to the 230 volt mains, just for the demo purpose here on the bench for you guys, so that I get 12 volts, and this will actually need 60 watts. So if you're planning on doing this at home or at a camping or similar place, you need to have a adapter that can handle at least 60 watts. I think this is at 72 watts. So let's move on and get some water for this, and let's see how long it takes. So now I'm back with some water, and let's fill this up with just the right amount for a cup of coffee. So around 1.5 deciliter, and then something between 1 and 2 teaspoons. I'm not going to put this in now. We're going to heat up the water first, but you get the idea. So let's connect this to the, let's put the cap on and connect it to the 12 volt outlet. And it turns red because there is power, of course. And as you can see, the display is blue. So the next step is to put this at, I don't know, I want my coffee to be 65 degrees. So now we have set the temperature to 65 degrees, and let's turn on the machine. So I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm going to start a timer on my watch, and let's see how long this takes. Or actually I'm going to start a So here we have timers started. Let's see how long it takes before this reaches 65 degrees. So it's almost at 65 degrees. It's at 64 at the moment, and it's about to turn to 65 any second now. Yeah, and then the display turns blue because now it's 65 degrees, and you could actually hear some sounds from the mug, kind of boiling sounds. And if we look at the watch now, it's 9 minutes and 40 seconds. So from cold water to 65 degrees, around 9 minutes and 40 seconds. So now it's keeping this warm because it's still turned on. I can turn this off by pressing this. So now I'm going to pour the coffee in. I'm going to turn off the heating, and I'm going to disconnect it. Just remove the lid. Just be careful when you have hot drinks. And we're going to put the coffee directly in the mug here. Like that. And you can actually remove it as well by unscrewing this and just take it up. So be careful, it may be hot. You could always bring some spare mugs on the trip and pour the water in those instead. But if you don't have any mugs available, this is just fine. So I'm going to let this cool off for a few seconds, and then I'm going to taste it. We're going to see if this actually tastes anything, if I can drink it. So now the inner thermos here has cooled off a bit, and let's taste the Nescafe Gold coffee. Not bad. I prefer real coffee, of course, and this may look a bit strange drinking from this, so if you're planning on having this on the road trip, just bring some plastic or paper cups instead. Yeah, it's warm, so let's give this a wash off and let's see how long it takes to get this to 90 degrees. Usually I prefer coffee after my lunch. Today it's the opposite. Yeah, it's coffee before lunch. So I'm going to clean this off and I'll be back in just a minute. So now I'm back. I cleaned off the inner mug here and we're going to pour some more water in it and we're going to heat this up to the maximum, actually 90 degrees. So let's fill this up around 2/3. Not sure if I can show this on camera here. So 2/3 of water for this snack pot here. Let's put on the lid and let's connect it to power. And let's set this at 90 degrees, which is the maximum. So if I press, it won't go any further. 90 degrees, it's very hot, so you need to be careful when this is done here. So let's see how long this takes now. I'm going to turn on the heating here and it's going to start heating the cold water inside. So let's take the time again. Let's see how long it takes for this to get to 90 degrees. So there the timer has been started and I'll be right back. So we're almost at 90 degrees. Isn't this exciting, guys? So it's at 89, so it's going to go from red to blue in just a few seconds. And there we have it, 90 degrees. And let's take a look at the timer. It says 24 minutes 24 seconds. So going from cold water to 90 degrees, it took around or between 24 and 25 minutes. So now the Smart Coffee Mug is holding the temperature at 90 degrees because the display is still blue. So now it's very hot. So you need to be really careful. And we're going to unplug this. But before I do that, I'm going to open up this snack pot. So we're going to pour some hot water into this and to actually see if I can eat this. So inside, it looks like worms. So inside there is a line showing you how much water you need to put inside here. So let's unplug it. And here as well. And let's see if we can pour directly from this, from the lid. And I can actually hold it up here because it's not that hot. Yeah, and there's some steam as well. So I'm just going to stir a bit here. And I'm not going to bore you. We're going to wait 5 minutes for the snack pot to get ready as it says on the instruction. So put the lid back and just leave it for 5 minutes. So I'll be back in 5 minutes for you guys and let's see how this tastes. So now 5 minutes has passed and let's see if the mac and cheese is any good. Still a bit hot though, but it seems like the Puncia or the Puncia Smart Coffee Mug was able to heat up the water enough to cook this snack pot for me. It's not the best food out there, but for this video it was probably one of the better ones to do a demo on. So before I leave you guys, my honest opinion about this, it's if you plan on using it for lunches, you actually need to plan those lunches quite well, because it took between 24 and 25 minutes for this to get to 90 degrees. However, I guess if you're on a vacation or something, that shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to schedule that. And the design is very sleek, user interface dead easy, plus minus, heating on off, power connection here, and the 12 volt cable for the car, around 1 meter I think this is, so it should be enough for most cars. And yeah, and you can find this on Amazon and a couple of other sites as well. I will put links in the description section below to the places where you can buy this if you're interested. And of course, how does this fit in the 9.3, for example, the Turbo X? So in the front, you actually need to be a bit careful when pushing down that pushing down this in the cup holder in the front, because it's a bit fragile. You just need to hold the cup holder while pushing this down, and of course you have a 12 volt outlet just next to the cup holder. And in the rear seat it's a bit easier pushing down this in the cup holder, and you also have a 12 volt outlet under the armrest that you can use for this. So it should be possible to use this. I haven't seen anything similar with this type of design and this interface. If you have, just throw a comment in the comment section, and I'll take a look at that. Maybe that's even better, who knows. Yeah, I do hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and drive safe.